Camilla's intense looks at Princess Charlotte haven't gone unnoticed, and there may be a reason behind them. First, Charlotte holds a deep admiration for Princess Diana, whom she considers her true grandmother. Every Mother's Day, she writes heartfelt letters to Diana, expressing her love and admiration. This has reportedly sparked
royal watchers are in shock after a surprising statement from young Princess Charlotte appeared to reveal hidden truths about Queen Camilla. Could this be the royal family rift no one saw coming? Alleged tensions are reportedly reaching new heights. Hit subscribe as we dive deep into the mystery together. It was supposed to be a quiet walk through the grand halls of Buckingham Palace, just Princess Charlotte, Prince William, and Kate. A private family moment turned unexpectedly serious. As they wandered past portraits and chandeliers, Charlotte suddenly stopped and said something that caught everyone off guard: "I'll show you the real Queen Camilla." Her words weren't loud, but they were sharp. Her voice carried a confidence unusual for a 9-year-old. It didn't sound like a guess, it sounded like she knew something. William and Kate froze. Kate gently responded, "Charlotte, you can't say things like that. There are always people listening. And we are rooting for you all the way. Good luck. I hope you win. Bye." But Charlotte remained calm and serious. Looking straight at them, she said, "I pray everyone watches this." What could she have meant? Insiders revealed that Charlotte had recently overheard something she believed was never meant to be heard. She told her parents she had heard Queen Camilla saying things that implied William wasn't ready to be king. Even worse, Camilla allegedly suggested it would be better for things to stay as they were, with Charles remaining in power for as long as possible. Charlotte explained that Camilla had compared William unfavorably to Charles, suggesting he lacked the strength and stability needed to lead. To Charlotte, it wasn't just idle talk, it felt like a direct threat to her family's future. Even at her young age, Charlotte understood that power within the royal family isn't just about titles, it's about influence. From what she overheard, Camilla seemed determined to protect her own. "And ultimately, I want my children's future to be better than what we currently have at the moment," Charlotte expressed to her parents. Charlotte wasn't merely repeating gossip, she was voicing a real concern. She felt something wasn't right and wanted William and Kate to know. But what exactly had she heard, and why was she so convinced Camilla's intentions were not sincere? Sources claim Charlotte had overheard a private conversation not intended for her ears. Though she didn't catch every word, what struck her was Camilla's dismissive attitude toward William's leadership style. Reportedly, Camilla questioned whether William was strong enough to manage the immense pressure of the crown. She even compared him favorably, though only, to King Charles. For a young girl who sees her father as a hero, hearing such remarks could be deeply upsetting. Charlotte believed Camilla's influence wasn't being used to support the future of the monarchy, but rather to safeguard her own position. She suspected Camilla was quietly working to limit William's future role, suggesting to others that his time shouldn't come too soon. "People will get fed up, and all these young feel nothing is ever happening," Camilla allegedly said. "Naturally, they're going to feel frustrated." What makes this even more intriguing is that Charlotte had been gathering these impressions for quite some time. She had observed instances where Camilla's interest in George, Louis, or even herself seemed rather limited. While others might have seen nothing more than polite behavior, Charlotte sensed something colder beneath the surface. She told her parents that she doesn't want them to succeed. This wasn't just based on a single overheard conversation, it was a pattern she had started to notice, one that made her uneasy. Her awareness might seem remarkable for someone so young, but in a world where children are raised in the public eye and constantly observe powerful figures, Charlotte may understand far more than people realize. Which leads to the question, what else might Charlotte know that the public does not? Within the Wales household, one name holds a deep and quiet significance: Diana. Charlotte isn't great at mimicking voices, she admits she's hopeless at it, but that's beside the point. Even though she never met her grandmother, Charlotte grew up surrounded by stories, photographs, and constant reminders of the late Princess of Wales. To her, Granny Diana is not just a historical figure, she's family. More importantly, she's a role model. William has made a tremendous effort to keep Diana's memory alive, passing down her values, her beliefs, and the profound love she had for her children. In many ways, Charlotte's upbringing has been shaped by Diana's influence, molded through her father's respect and deep admiration for his mother. This has fostered a strong emotional bond. Diana symbolizes kindness, warmth, and authenticity, a kind of royalty that feels genuinely connected to the people. That's the kind of royal figure Charlotte looks up to. Now compare that to Queen Camilla. Camilla's place in the royal family comes with a complex and sometimes controversial history, something Charlotte may not completely understand, but certainly senses. She's overheard whispers, caught fragments of stories, and perhaps even listened to adult conversations. I was a separated wife to the Prince of Wales. I was a problem. Full stop. Never happened before. In Charlotte's view, Camilla might not embody the image of a queen that she holds in her heart. To her, Camilla may seem distant, perhaps even emotionally detached. When measured against the warm, compassionate stories of Diana, Camilla feels more like an outsider than true family. So when Charlotte said, "I'll show you the real Queen Camilla," she might have been drawing a clear line between the woman she sees as royalty by spirit and the one she recognizes only by title. Queen Camilla's path to the crown was far from straightforward. She stepped into the royal spotlight much later in life and spent years working to gain acceptance. Her journey has been marked by public doubt, media backlash, and constant comparisons. Princess Charlotte, by contrast, was born into royalty. From the very beginning, she has been embraced as the future of the monarchy, a symbol of a modern, relatable royal family. This difference is significant. Charlotte has been raised in an environment that emphasizes openness, mental health, and genuine connection. Her parents, William and Kate, have chosen to bring up their children in a more relaxed and supportive way, far removed from the rigid traditions of the past. "I know that the position I'm in, that's what's required of me to do," Camilla once acknowledged. Unlike Charlotte, Camilla had to adapt to royal life later on, her experience shaped by tradition, formality, and strict structure. Though she adjusted well, her version of royalty likely feels very different from the world Charlotte knows. This generational contrast could be a key factor behind the quiet tension between them. Charlotte is more at ease with authenticity, while Camilla often adheres to expected protocols. When Charlotte observes Camilla's calm, proper, and distant manner, it may clash with the more genuine, open royal life she's accustomed to, a life where being real is valued over being perfect. She sees everything without suffering the consequences. Perhaps this is why Charlotte questions Camilla's role. Maybe it isn't rebellion, it's reflection. She is trying to find her place in a changing royal world. And Camilla may not represent the kind of Queen Charlotte envisions for the future. Over the past few years, several small yet telling moments have fueled speculation about Charlotte's feelings toward Queen Camilla. One of the most discussed events was Queen Elizabeth II's state funeral in 2022. During the solemn procession, George reportedly pinched Charlotte, who responded with a loud ouch and a sharp look. While that was typical sibling behavior, what followed caught many eyes. Queen Camilla was said to have reacted with visible irritation, reportedly frowning and quietly asking Kate to take Charlotte aside. Just interest, but of service of understanding. The way people and the community interpreted it, some felt it showed a lack of empathy, especially given the emotional weight of the moment for a young child. Then came King Charles III's coronation in 2023. As Charlotte prepared to curtsy, she stumbled slightly before correcting herself. Observers noted that she curtsied to Charles but not to Camilla. Was it just nerves? Possibly. But at royal events, every detail is scrutinized. Body language experts also pointed out Charlotte's physical distance from Camilla during public appearances. Charlotte tends to stay close to her parents and rarely makes extended eye contact with the Queen. In family photos, she appears noticeably more reserved when Camilla is nearby. While none of these moments confirm anything definitively, taken together they suggest a relationship that seems more formal than warm. Could these small gestures be Charlotte's quiet way of signaling that something feels off, or are people simply reading too much into the thoughtful actions of a young royal? It's important to stay focused and not worry too much about passing trends, the fashions and fleeting things that come and go. Camilla's long and complex history with the royal family remains one of the most talked about royal narratives. Even though much of it unfolded before Charlotte was born, it still shapes public perception today and may even influence how Charlotte herself feels. Camilla's relationship with King Charles started many years ago, long before they were officially married. Their early bond was disrupted by Charles's naval service and Camilla's marriage to Andrew Parker Bowles, creating a series of complicated and sensitive moments. Over time, their relationship rekindled and eventually became public. But that shift wasn't easy. The memory of Princess Diana lingered strongly in the public mind, and for many, Camilla symbolized a painful chapter from the past. Gradually, Camilla withdrew from public attention only to carefully re-emerge at official events later on. This reintroduction was handled cautiously, and many people viewed it with lingering skepticism. Even after she became queen, public opinion remained divided. Many still see her as someone who had to earn her place rather than someone naturally born into the role. For Charlotte, growing up with this complex backdrop must be difficult to ignore. She has been brought up to honor her grandmother, Princess Diana, while living in a palace where Camilla now wears the crown. That contrast alone might explain why Charlotte seems to sense that something isn't quite right. Princess Anne, one of the most respected members of the royal family, has long been known for her unwavering sense of duty and loyalty to tradition. She has spent decades protecting the image of the monarchy, according to reports, and has not fully accepted Camilla into the inner royal circle. While she maintains politeness in public, insiders suggest that she continues to view Camilla as something of an outsider. What do you think? Is Charlotte picking up on something others choose to overlook, or is this simply the misunderstood voice of a child?